Hey, how are you? Alan Chance here again, and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. Today I wanted to do this video for you. This is actually the second pillar video to start out your success if you are struggling right now. Basically what I want to talk about is how to nurture the proper mindset. Now, when you go into anything in life, you got to make sure you have the right mindset. It doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're playing on a sports team, whether you're going to, you're in business, whether you're, whatever it is that you're doing. If it's a task that's requiring you accomplishing any goals or hitting any targets, you need to be in the right mindset. If you're thinking about other things, if your mind's going elsewhere, if you're having negative thoughts, then obviously you're not going to have a good chance of accomplishing your goals or hitting your targets for that matter, and you're going to be left frustrated, right, and struggling. And that's what most of the people out there, and maybe you're experiencing too, because I know I have firsthand, where you're left with going, gosh, like, when's it going to work, or how come it never works, and you're constantly in a negative mentality. So it all starts with you and what you're thinking and what your belief system is. Now let's talk about the old cliche: if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. I'm sure you've heard that before. I know I have. But if you really truly think about it, and how your thought process works, what do you spend most of your time doing, thinking? Is it about positive things, negative things? Can you believe you can do it? Can you believe you can't do it? I know a lot of times when you're doing something new, or you're struggling or having a hard time, I know, like, for myself, sometimes those negative thoughts come in your head and go, it's not going to work, or, that's, they have special connections, or they have different hookups, and they have different materials that you don't have, and they're on a different level than you. There's no way you can accomplish what they can or get what they can get. So, well, guess what? The end result was I still stayed where I was at, struggling and frustrated, and looking at other people going, oh my gosh, when am I going to ever, maybe will I ever get up there, or will I ever, have success, or ever just be happy, or will I ever accomplish my goals and my dreams? So the reason why I share this with you is because I've gone through lots of struggles. I mean, many, 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 more than I can even count. And I've been very frustrated, very stressed out. And what I wanted to share with you is a couple of tips and tricks here with a proper mindset that I know it's helped me, which can definitely help you, because I've had to experience it firsthand. I can't share something with you that I haven't experienced for myself. Okay, so I wrote a couple notes here. I want to make sure I do go with you properly. Okay, now if so, let's just talk about when we were younger and stuff. Like when some kid gets bullied in school, or some girl or some guy was told they were ugly or they weren't good looking. Basically what I mean by that is that if you are young and you're going through your whole life thinking that you're ugly, you eventually going to think there's no escape. You're going to just flat out ugly, and you have no confidence, and you're going to go through the rest of your life thinking, oh well, everybody thinks I'm ugly, or everyone thinks that I'm not pretty, or everyone thinks I'm not handsome, and I'm just an ugly piece of crap for that matter. But a lot of these things sit in their subconscious mind, and that's what the person would end up thinking, and they go through their whole life struggling like that. So that's just one quick example I wanted to share with you. And so now beliefs are often chains of false reality and false hope, and basically false chains that chain us down in life. Like we were talking about before, if you believe you can, you can. You believe you can't, you can. Now, a lot of people believe that they can't. Okay, that's the majority of people. I'm not sure if you're the majority, but I know 95% of people or more out there are just in a bad mental spot. They're just thinking that there's no hope, and they go through just struggling day in and day out, and there is no exit plan. So I want to share with you a couple of things on how you can change that and what you can do to better yourself on, re-triggering your mind. See, what you have to do is rework the framework of your actual mind, your subconscious mind. Now, your conscious mind will tell you certain things that will stick in your subconscious mind, and basically ends up making you in a screwed position to where, you're stuck. In many, it's not just you, it's many people out there. So a couple of things here is, like, let's talk about really quick, like when you were younger, like say you're growing up. I know for me, my parents were always like, Alan, money doesn't grow on trees. I love playing hockey. I love playing hockey. That was what I love to do, traveling. It costs like, anywhere from, $1,500 to $2,000 a season for me to play ice hockey. And my parents had to get individual sponsorships and get donations and stuff because they couldn't afford it. And what happens is that when your parents tell you, we can't afford this, or you can't afford to get that, or what do you think, money grows on trees, or things like that. You're basically, as a kid growing up, in the back of your head, you're basically stuck in a mentality and a mindset that, you know, there is no, you're set for mediocre. You're not set to, you know, gain abundance of wealth. And wealth not just meaning like monies or, you know, a dollar amount. It means like happiness. It means success. It means living the way you want to live and not struggling. That's what abundance means to me in success, because you can't put a dollar tag on it. Some, you know, people will have happiness and success at $500 extra a month. Some people will have it at $5 million extra a month. I don't know, but each person individually, you know, unique to their situation on what they consider happiness and success. The end goal is to free yourself and free yourself from the, you know, the stake if you are chained to one and believing that you can't accomplish things or can't accomplish your goals and dreams. I can tell you right now that you can. Anybody can. It's just all right in the back of your head right here telling you can't. Until you can accomplish that, you're not going to accomplish anything. I can assure you that. Okay, so what I want to do is, you know, stick you with that information, because think about it. I mean, when you're young, I mean, you hear all these negative things. It's starting at an early age where we're always told that we can or cannot do something, or go try something else, or go get a job, or go do this or that. Whatever the case is, you're meant believing it from an early stage on your life that sticks with you for a long time. And what happens, unless you have, you know, your mind's like a software tool, and it processes and processes and processes and processes. If it's processing all these negative thoughts and energy, then guess what's going to happen? It's going to transfer on the outside. So with that being said, is a couple of key points here I want to show you on how you can start getting rid of these negative beliefs and start putting these positive beliefs into action to start changing your mindset, so that way you can stop living the way you're living now if you are obviously currently struggling. Okay, so number one is you got to identify basically the root of the belief. What is the, you know, what is the negative belief that's in your head? What's causing you to move forward to have happiness and success? You have to identify that, you know, find out what's causing that. It's like any problem, you know, if you have a financial problem, find out what's causing the financial problem. Or if you have a bad spending habit, what's causing that spending habit? Where are you spending your money at? It's kind of like doing an analysis. Find out where the root cause is, and then once you find out what the root cause is, then you can attack it properly. And then what you can go ahead and do is then you can obviously start the cure process, right? Start the rehab process, is what they call it, and start retriggering your mind in a different direction. But you have to identify the root cause first, okay? The second is you have to challenge it. Once you identify it, you have to challenge it. You have to find out, is that negative thought that you have in your head, is that negative root cause of causing you unhappiness and success, is it 100% correct? I mean, is it correct? Is it correct or is it not correct? That's something that you have to figure out. And most of the times it's not correct. It's just you believing that it is correct, that you cannot achieve success or happiness. Okay, so once you identify it, then you have to challenge it. And then what you have to do is, once you challenge it, you find out whether it's true or not true. Most of the times it's not true. And then once you find out it's not true, then what you do is step number 3 is to replace it with a new belief system, new belief data. Okay, so this is what's rewiring your whole subconscious mind. Is once you identify the problem, you challenge it, then you rewire it and you replace it. Okay, remember, replace it with positive reinforcement data that is a positive belief system that you can achieve success and happiness. Okay, now the reason why I'm giving you these video series right now on a couple of things that aren't hands-on is because in order for me to help you, I can only teach you what's helped me. Like I said before, I can't tell you something I haven't done personally myself. You know, basically it all starts with your framework of your mindset and what you want. Like our video shows on what you want, what's your passion, what do you want to do. You have to find that out first before you can go into anything. And then once you find out what you want, then you got to create this whole positive mindset on how you're going to achieve that. Because if you're stuck in a negative mindset, there's no point in going further and showing you exactly what you need to do step by step by step, because you're not going to be in the right mind frame. Okay, so there's a reason why we're doing this. In tomorrow's video, we're going to be on the whiteboard, and I'm going to start showing you a couple other things on what you can start leading with to start implementing some things in your daily steps on how you can start, obviously, you know, putting what you want into place as your passion. Also, then at the same time is getting yourself in the proper mindset, which is what I'm trying to show you now. And at the same time as well is tomorrow's video will be on the whiteboard showing exactly how to start implementing that into action to start getting, you know, results and start actually a foundation of where you can start obviously bettering yourself. Okay, so just remember that. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. Stop thinking you can't. You can. Trust me. It's hindered me for many years of my life, and don't let it do it to yourself, okay? And then just remember the 3 things. You know, identify your root problem. What is the problem? What's causing negative thoughts? And you got to challenge it, right? You challenge it and find out, you know, it's probably not true. So, and if it is true, then you got to find a way to change that, obviously, right? And only you know how to do it, because you know your problem, so we don't, and myself, I don't, okay? And then the last thing is replace it. Replace it with reinforcement data, okay? Now, down below here, I'll have go ahead and leave a couple things you can do to implement as far as getting a proper mindset, daily activities that you can do as far as implementing those strategies into your life to start getting yourself in a better framework as far as a mindset goes. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay, look out for the video tomorrow. We'll be on the whiteboard and we'll go over to pillar number 3, and by that time you should be able to implement some certain strategies into action and start actually feeling yourself getting a little bit better as far as a direction on where you need to go, but more importantly with a clear mindset. Okay, well, my name's Alan Chanson. Thank you for the video, watching the video. Bye bye.